All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy Akeen, and welcome to today's third blog. The Buffalo Bills have the 8th selection of this year's NFL Draft. Now, last season they went 6-10, kind of disappointing to me. I think they had a chance of making it to the playoffs with the talent that they have, particularly picking up Mario Williams from the Houston Texans. He had 10.5 sacks last season. Now, they can use a good pass rusher opposite of him. But before I go to this selection, they picked up quarterback Kevin Kolb out of Arizona Cardinals during this offseason, signing a 2-year, maximum $13 million deal. I do not think this was a good pickup, especially when they ended up releasing Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think that was a bad move. Yes, Fitzpatrick was a little overpaid, but I still think he should have been the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. 24 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, and over 3,000 yards passing. And I did like the emergence of C.J. Spiller. He finally stepped up to the plate, having over 1,700 all-purpose yard total offensive yards for the Buffalo Bills on the offense, being that leading rusher and a great home run threat. Big step up. A couple of other positions that they could use. They could use a good offensive guard to replace Andy Levitre. He's no longer with the team. He actually signed a good free agency deal with the Tennessee Titans. And a good player that they could be looking at is Chance Warmack out of Alabama, but I think he's a little bit of a reach. Also, they could use a good receiver opposite of Steve Johnson. The second leading receiver was tight end Scott Chandler, just under 600 yards receiving. He had a good year at the tight end position overall, particularly for fantasy play for a couple of games. But I think they could use a good wide out. But most importantly, going back to the pass rushing for the Buffalo Bills, they could use a good pass rusher. Also, they were 31st in the league and rushing yards allowed. And I think the best player that they could pick up, this is a little bit of a risk here. I'm going to go with Jarvis Jones out of Georgia. He had 44 tackles for loss in 2 seasons for the Bulldogs, as to go along with 28 sacks in those 2 seasons. Big years, but he had a terrible pro day workout. Ran just under a 5 flat in the 40. Ran a 4.92. He had a bad workout, and this concerns a lot of people, including me. I had him as a top 5 lottery pick, but he had a bad workout, and a lot of people are even bumping him passing the 15th selection. But I still think this could be a good pickup for the Buffalo Bills, and they really need to help stop that run attack. And I think that Jarvis Jones can be that guy, because he will get into that backfield. He's a tenacious athlete, and I definitely think he will pass a lot of offensive linemen in the National Football League and disrupt the line of scrimmage. I think that workout was a little bit of a fluke. I think he just had a bad day, but I think he would get everything back to normal. So for this selection, I'm going to go with Jarvis Jones for the Buffalo Bills. Now, I have 2 more blogs for you guys. The next selection, I need to talk about the pick number 9 belonging to the New York Jets. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Keen McCall. Be easy.